How I turned a small room into a self-tape and YouTube setup. Yeah, so this is a basic setup. Blue backdrop. This is a backlight to separate you from the backdrop. Just a little bit of, not much soundproofing, just to stop the sound from bouncing around the room. And what do we got here? Box lights to get even lighting. I'm not a fan of these lights because they cause streaks to be in your video, so I just don't turn them on. This extra light is usually for the slate. There's a remote control for it. I can go get it in, it has different settings in the back of this light. This is a Godox, right? So, you turn it on. I usually have it at 33, at around 50%. You try to get that to hit the face when it's for a slate, a tripod. So that's a basic at-home self-tape setup. It's just, the backlight, like I said, separates you from the background and can get rid of some shadows also. And the box lights create even lighting. This light I turn off, and that's it. There's nothing much more to it. Of course, you got your microphone, and then you would set up your reader on a stand, on a computer right here, and that's it. The main thing is your lighting and your sound. That's what you need. You need the lighting and the sound and a nice, plain, clean backdrop. All right. Well, now that I told you that, and I showed you how I got to where I got to, let me go back and show you from the beginning. So the first thing I had to do was get rid of all this unnecessary gear out of the room. The bed frame had to go. The bed had to go. The mattress had to go because it's a guest room. You know what I'm saying? So I took the bed. Well, this is what I always do. I take the bed and I put the bed in the pantry / laundry room, whatever you want to call it. I do this all while I'm doing the laundry. Yeah, that's the life. So now let's see what else I got to get out of here. So I like natural light, but I don't like natural light for self-tapes and for doing YouTube videos because I want to control my lighting. You know what I'm saying? So I got these blacktop curtains that, as you can see, I'm putting up. So I put up these blacktop curtains. I mean, could be blacker than that, but it works, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna block the natural light, the window. Yeah, let's get this chair out of here, man. Yeah. I'm gonna block that with the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? So, all these shoe boxes, that's because, I like to sit on a high chair when I'm using a computer. So, I plan to get one of those raising desks. But for now, I use shoe boxes, bro. For real. You just can't get the hood out of the... Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me not get too ghetto on this video. All right, boom. So that stand that you're looking at right there, that's the stand that I put the computer on for whoever is gonna be reading. You know what I'm saying? This desk is it's like a rolling desk. It's like it wants to fall apart on you while you're pushing it. But I get that out the way. And I don't need, not 90% of the stuff in this room, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bother to show you the part where I had to get the mattress out of there. I had to wrap it up. all the extra cords that I have. But the main thing right now for me is to get this backdrop to cover this window, which is already blacked out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if some light escapes through there, it's not gonna affect, the the camera. It's those other lights that you see in the ceiling that cause a problem. Because as you can see, those lights are shining directly on the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? Now you can turn them, but then they cause streaks and cause all kinds of problems. Now, I want to use this blue. The blue that came with this double-sided one, I didn't get a chance to show it to y'all. I don't like that blue. You know what I'm saying? I like this blue. This blue, I don't know if it's my complexion or whatever it is, but because I'm using this blue, it gets a little wrinkly. You know what I'm saying? So, I got it. I got the whole thing down to a science where I just kind of fit it directly into that upper frame. See that upper frame where the where the air ducts are? I get that in there. Then I use these pins and I clamp the maybe both sides of the backdrop that's underneath with the other blue that I'm not a fan of. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's not a dark blue. It's like a fake looking blue, bro. Like you use that blue and it looks like it's a like it's a fake background you're using. So I don't want to use gray today. I want to use blue. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first thing I bought, not realizing that I'm gonna have to steam this whole thing out to get rid of the wrinkles. You know what I mean? And it can be a little bit of a headache, but when you put it away, you just gotta fold it up real neat so that it doesn't get more wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? So you see, like, and then right now, all I gotta do, because I don't really break down the entire room every time I'm not using it, because I don't have guests coming over to sleep in the guest room that much. You feel me? It's the bachelor life, you know what I mean? So yeah, so this room, I keep that blue backdrop on the stand at all times and put it to the side because to let the natural light in when I'm not using it as a studio for this type of self-tape setup or Zoom meeting setup. You feel me? Now I got my box lights that I use for even lighting. You know what I mean? And then this right here is a backlight to make the backdrop, separate me from the backdrop. You know what I mean? But as you can see, it's gonna expose all the wrinkles in that curtain. You know what I mean? Word up. Yeah. So now, boom. What's the next move? The next move for me, I'm thinking it's time to start getting rid of the wrinkles. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta get rid of these wrinkles. So I got this little steamer thing. It's really supposed to be used to get the wrinkles out of your shirt and your clothes. But I bought it. I got it. I got it for a good price. That whole Amazon Prime day sale joint that they got going. I think I copped it on that. You feel me? It does get a little clogged up because the chlorine or whatever is in that tap water. So I know some of y'all be drinking tap water. It solidifies and blocks it up. So you're advised to not keep the water in it overnight, and to try to do everything you can to get the the salt or whatever is built up or whatever they got in the water that everybody's drinking that's causing everybody to get sick. Or maybe it's just the minerals. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get negative on this video. All right, so here it is. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I keep the room when I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm not filming in it. You feel me? It'll look something like this. You know what I mean? But don't worry, man. I'm gonna go back and show you how it's gonna look when I'm actually filming. But I just wanted to show you again the basics of the room. It's a small space, I know most people got a small space, you know what I mean? And yeah, this is it's a small space. But here it is. Ready, set, go. Boom. This is how it go. You know what I mean? See that little thing on my ears right there? That's that fake optical zoom with the iPhone. Next video, we're gonna be talking about the settings and to make that not happen. All right, peace.